The Stanley HUT Playoffs of 2018 are here, and I have been chosen to create the all-time Pittsburgh Penguins team build to use in this tournament. The Stanley HUT Playoffs are a tournament between many different content creators, entering its third year, hosted by Bojo KO, where we use the different teams that enter the playoffs and duke it out ourselves after building an all-time team in Hockey Ultimate Team. I won last year's tournament, so this year I'm going to be defending my crown, just like the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I'm going to be looking to repeat. Before I get into the team build, I was using HUTDB's all-time roster, and looking at these guys, I had way less choices than I thought I would. I have 3 good forward choices here in Robitaille, Perron, and Sullivan. Everyone else, not that great, 85, 86, or under. The only 2 players in the first 3 or 4 lines of this page are Crosby and Malkin. Jordan Staal at 90 overall would become the 3rd player. A good supply of under 90 overall cards heading into the silvers. And then if we go into the right wings, they actually have a good crop here to choose from to finish off my team with 99 Iginla, Jágr, we got Kessel, Recchi, Hossa. Further down, we're going to have James Neal and Eric Fair. But basically, I didn't have that much choices to build my team around because, well, if we take the highest overall guys, then that's pretty much our team. So there were some restrictions put up to make this a little bit more fair. You know, like the aforementioned Eric Fair. Our all-time builds can consist of present, past, and future players. In terms of prospects, we can't just predict trades that are going to happen between other teams. We have left defensemen pretty much after the first line. Can't use any of those guys. As long as the player was a property of our team at one point in their career, they are fair game to use. The sum of our forwards and defensemen cannot surpass 1,600. So we have to use some arithmetic to get to that point. For my left-handed defenseman, I had 4 options: Hatcher, Schultz, Letang, and Murphy. So the 1,600 overall, the goalies do not count towards this total. When it comes to evolution and Stanley Cup Edition cards, which evolve over time, when you put them on your lineup, your team has to equal 1,600 or less. As they get upgrades, you are not allowed to remove them from the team. That's the only time your overall can actually be over 1,600. There are also no restrictions on synergies. Without further ado, this is the all-time Pittsburgh Penguins squad that I ended up building. We have 4 different player synergies activated and 4 team synergies as well. Couldn't finish off Concrete Wall. Oh well, not a big loss. I think the biggest part of my squad is definitely trying to get both Jágr and Iginla so that I have 3 lines of centers with 99 in face-offs, which means it'll be hard for me to lose face-offs unless my opponent also has 99 face-offs. I also sorted them by height. Jágr and Malkin are the tallest. Iginla is the shortest, so he's going to be on the 3rd line. This meant that Crosby is going to play as a winger because his face-off rating is only about a 94 or 95. But the rest of the stats are maxed out, so we gotta put him in there. But it's an all-time Penguins squad without Crosby. So to be fair, there's no Lemieux on this team either, but that's just because EA doesn't have Lemieux in the game. Not my fault. We used 93 overall Kessel on the left wing because he's a righty, and he pretty much acts as a 99. All these stats are near 99. Useful ones anyway, so that's why I went with his 93 overall card rather than anything above that, so that I have more flexibility. Top defensive line includes Justin Schultz. So glad he got Team of the Year card, otherwise I'd be screwed on defense. He's pretty fast, but his only concern is his slap shot accuracy and power, and really it's like that all across my defense. The Magic Gaunch, one of my favorite cards in the early games, going to be on my right side. Basically, this just means I probably won't be taking as much D-to-D one-timers as the other guy. Second line of forwards is Perron, Malkin, and Neal. Malkin looks great centering those 2 Vegas Golden Knights. 92 overall, a great card. He's really fast, has a decent shot, is best at puck handling with deking hand-eye and puck control. Similar idea with Neal, his 90 overall evolution card. There's actually a 91 overall card, but I recorded this part of the video earlier before he got that upgrade so I could use him in the tournament. Otherwise, I'd be over the limit and I wouldn't be able to use him. Hopefully, these Vegas Golden Knights get some more upgrades so I can use stronger versions of their cards to use in the tournament. Tang, another evolution card, 90 overall, hoping to get some upgrades too. for a 90 overall, 95 acceleration and speed is good enough for me. He's also got great defensive awareness and stick checking, but again, the shooting brings him down. Got Swiss legend Mark Streit, 88 overall. Despite being a lower overall than my third line pairing, he's got better acceleration and speed, so that's why we put him on the second line. Sadly, his offensive stats are a bit better than his defensive stats, but it's whatever. He'll do. And off to my third line, we got hero Steve Sullivan. Really fast dude, that's why I love having him on the squad. He'll be flying up and down the ice for me despite being a 90 overall. Could have thrown rocket skates on him as well, but that's okay. He'll live. 1 million coin again less, centering the third line, not a place that card is used to. And finally got Mark Recchi, who I could have either had him or Robitaille. I chose Recchi because he's slightly faster than Robitaille. Despite having a worse shot than Robitaille, he still has 96 wrist shot accuracy, so I should still be firing bullseyes at the opposing net. Third line defense, we have Murphy, another solid, fast defenseman. He's one of those lazy stat guys where a lot of these stats are pretty much the same. 94 is here, 90 is here, 93 is here. Only reason these numbers are very different are because of the synergies. My weakest guy out of my top three lines is definitely got to be Carlisle with 90 acceleration, 90 speed. Not that great. This is with boosted synergies. 82 slap shot accuracy means I should never take slap shots with him, but hopefully he plays pretty well. Finally, we have the fourth line, which I stacked the lowest overall cards I possibly could. I can meet the 1600 limit while boosting the strength of my top three lines. Did the same tactic last year, so we'll see how it works out for me this year. I think only one of these guys are on HUT DB's all-time roster, so I have to do research to find out the other two that were drafted recently or in the Penguins pipeline. Finally, we have Fleury and Murray. Glad the Vegas Golden Knights are doing really well. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a 90-plus overall goalie. This is my roster. What do you guys think of the all-time Penguins build? Certainly aren't your Boston Bruins trading away all their good players for me to use in their all-time team. That's it for this video. I'll be sure to bring you the Stanley HUT playoff games as they happen on this channel. Feel free to follow some of the other content creators that are going to be in this tournament. The links to their channels are in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in round one.